So I came to Kenya for the first time in 2018 as a volunteer. I was the first Portuguese volunteer that this rescue center for kids in Kibera received. I didn't know anyone when I came the first time. Not even the person went to pick me at the airport. So I didn't go as expected. And by the time I was already very close to my personal tailor from Kibera. And that's when I decided to start AfroWema. So Wema means care in Swahili. So the purpose of our brand is to bring care to Africa and to take care from Africa to the world. So, very small, like a small brand about to start. And it was very interesting to realize that what they could see as a challenge, how can we be more sustainable? It's very basic when you work in an informal settlement like Kibera, because there's no other way for you to live.
Greetings, dear fashion lovers, enthusiasts, and everyone wherever you are in the world. Welcome in the Made in Africa podcast, season 2, episode 5, with a guest who need no introduction in sustainable fashion in Kenya. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me to be here.
Welcome in the Made in Africa podcast.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Okay. So, Tatiana, there's a lot to talk about today in today's episode. So who is Tatiana? Before we go deeper, who is Tatiana? That is about AfroWema. So who is Tatiana first?
Well, I'm a biologist and dancer by training that became a creative 3 years ago, 3.5, and an entrepreneur, very big word for me now. And I created AfroWema because I wanted to support my personal tailor from Kibera, and that's how AfroWema was created. So I'm a creative person.
Okay. So that's very interesting. And when did you decide to support? Because I think the fashion lovers and enthusiasts, they want to know more. You came as not a fashion designer. So, as they can tell, you are not a Kenyan, but who love Kenyans.
Yes.
So, tell us what's the beginning. You from Portugal and you're here in Kenya. So, tell us in the details, like what took you to start AfroWema? How did you start AfroWema?
So, I came to Kenya for the first time in 2018 as a volunteer. I was the first Portuguese volunteer that this rescue center for kids in Kibera received. I didn't know anyone when I came the first time. Not even the person went to pick me at the airport. And then I went straight to Kibera. So I stayed there, living there for a month. But since day one, I immediately fell in love with the energy, the colors, the vibrant culture. And I felt like I've been here before, although I've never been here before. But I felt this identity with the country. And so obviously I fell in love with the Kitenge, the prints, the fact that you can mix squares and stripes and dots. So everything together makes sense, you know?
Yes.
So I started doing clothes for myself with local tailors. They thought I was crazy.
Okay.
Like, oh, what is the Muzungu doing? How is he coming up with these crazy designs? And back home in Portugal, whenever I was going back, because I came 4 times as a volunteer, people loved the pieces. Then I had a job offer. And I moved to Kenya in 2021 to do something else completely different. I didn't go as expected. And by the time I was already very close to my personal tailor from Kibera. And that's when I decided to start AfroWema. So Wema means care in Swahili. So the purpose of our brand is to bring care to Africa and to take care from Africa to the world. So that's the purpose.
That is very interesting. I hope, dear fashion lover enthusiasts, you're enjoying this conversation. AfroWema, what does AfroWema means to you?
I started AfroWema from the heart, and that's what we do. We take care of our people, of our artisans, and we take care of the planet as well, because we do truly sustainable fashion. So it's a combination, and it fulfills me a lot.
Yeah, that's very interesting. You mentioned sustainable fashion, and that's where I'm talk about. Sustainable fashion is a big topic across the world. And there are many people who knows AfroWema collection. To you, what does sustainable fashion means to you? And take us through how you implemented sustainable fashion into AfroWema.
That's a good question, because before starting AfroWema, or during the process where I was planning it, I did a degree on Cambridge University on circularity and sustainability strategies.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, and you had a lot of people from these big companies like Shell Foundation, McKinsey, Deloitte, and everyone was talking about different strategies, how we can come up with sustainable strategies, how to implement them. And then there was me, like, very small, like a small brand about to start. And it was very interesting to realize that what they could see as a challenge, how can we be more sustainable? It's very basic when you work in an informal settlement like Kibera, because there's no other way for you to live besides being sustainable, because you reuse as much as you can, you transform items into new ones, so you keep upcycling, you give new life to pre-loved pieces, even clothes, so textile, plastic, glass, everything can be transformed and reused. So it was quite easy. And our artisans, they save as much material as they can. So when you go back to the beginning of the process of designing and cutting, so there's not a lot of efforts that you need to do to be sustainable, because you're already maximizing the usage of the materials. You don't have waste, because our offcuts, we use them to create other pieces. So it's truly sustainable. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Now there's a question, actually. Somebody asked me to ask you, so you can even tell the audience, because people have seen, let me say, fashion lovers and enthusiasts and businesses in Kenya. They have seen different collections you were creating from AfroWema. And then they are mixed with denim. So tell us, how are you sure the quality of those reused fabric is competitive?
So I started AfroWema as a ready-to-wear brand. So we were doing mainly pieces with Kitenge, because that's where the passion started from. So I source locally. I source small scale. I source from small businesses.
Yeah.
Limited edition. So we don't stock a lot. And then I thought, okay, I think we can do unique pieces. So end of 2023, I had this crazy idea, and I applied for Tribal Chic.
Okay.
So to be honest, I was not expecting for them to select us, to showcase. And then when we were selected, I had in hands a very good problem, which is I had no idea how to do high fashion, neither the artisans. So I was in panic. They were petrified. How are we going to do this now? Okay. High fashion pieces. So that's when we shifted from ready-to-wear to high fashion, unique items. Because we're based in Kibera, we have toy markets there. So there was a time I wanted to buy a denim jacket. And by walking around, I could see all these amazing pieces. Some of them even new, with the tags and everything, with the price tags. It's like, how is no one doing something with this.
Mm-hmm.
How can we transform these secondhand, these pre-loved items into a raw material?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we started upcycling denim. So for those who don't know, denim is the most pollutant item to be produced in the world. So to make a pair of jeans, you can waste like 10,000 liters of water.
Mm-hmm.
And the denim factories around them, you have little life and biodiversity because of the chemicals that are used. So the impact is quite big. So we started upcycling denim, just putting some Kitenge pieces on the denim jacket. But then that's very limiting because you not always have good quality denim jackets. And I could see that the denim that I could have access to were like a lot of trousers, skirts, dresses, some of them with big holes on them. So that's how we started deconstructing the pieces and using them as raw material. And from there, it was not easy because it requires a lot of craftsmanship for you to know exactly how you can combine the different shades, the orientation of the material as well, of the fibers. So I started with one tailor doing that, and then I challenged the other ones. Like, let's try. They were quite resistant in the beginning because this is so difficult. I don't know. We don't know how to do this. But then with time, now they are very, very good at it. At it, and so I source locally. Well, I prefer to not work with elastane, so cotton, light, heavy, it doesn't matter. But because you're sourcing secondhand and I buy from Toy Market, I have a very good supplier. So we have a very good relationship now.
Okay.
Sometimes we partner with other organizations like Africa Collect Textiles. So we made a collection for Kenny Fashion Week last year that they collaborated with us. So we used their denim. Also, the collection we showcased last year at Africa Fashion Week London, all the denim came from a study done by Mr. Green Africa and Bestseller Foundation. So some of them was coming from dumping sites, from waste pickers. So so that's how we assure where we source our things.
Fashion lovers, enthusiasts, I know you have other questions about where you really get the look around. There's a beautiful collection you have there. Looking at that collection, it has denim and kitenge. So there is this rumors, people there, when anybody who is doing a circular or sustainable fashion, I'm not saying you guys are saying those guys, they go pick fabrics from Dandora, from the markets, from everywhere. They wash them, then they make a correction. So are you also do the same thing or you have a specific? So where do you get, you mentioned the
Africa Collect
Textile. So for those who doesn't know, Africa Collect Textile is also a company that does sustainable. You can donate your clothes as well. So where do you get your raw materials? You mentioned you have a collaboration. Where do you get them? So fashion lovers understand because they have seen some of your collections in London Fashion Week. That was very interesting. And congratulations for that, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes.
So we made a small video showing where we actually source everything.
Okay.
So that's one of our values. Everything is very transparent. You know exactly where we get them from, either from toy markets, from Maziwa. We also buy, so the collection we showcased in India 2 years ago, the denim was coming from Maziwa. It's an open air market here in Nairobi as well. So this denim was from Africa Collect Textiles. So they have these collecting bins where people can donate. So this is post-consumer wastes, let's call it that way. I don't like the word wastes, but yeah. And we source in a small scale our kitenge, our Ankara, from town. So also we maintain our sustainability values by sourcing small. Our deliveries are made by electric motorbikes, for example. And we try to minimize the carbon footprint by maximizing all these trips we do. We work a lot with suppliers from Makina markets. also in Kibera. So it's a walking distance.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also impacting these small suppliers by supporting their businesses. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's very impressive. By the way, there is a question most of fashion lover enthusiasts they have been asking. You are from Portugal and you are here in Kenya. When you are doing your design, how do you incorporate dual cultures? Do you incorporate? How do you bring the touch of Portugal? Do you have any touch from? So yeah, how do you bring them together?
So that's a very interesting question because we're working on some collections where it's going to be more visible.
Mm-hmm.
We did some pilot pieces were blending the two cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should disclose, but
Mm-hmm.
let's keep it. So we have the Portuguese design,
Mm-hmm.
we have Kenyan design, and
Yes.
we have the sustainability stamp
Mm-hmm.
in denim. It's becoming soon. We're developing, and because we have an artisan that we invited her to join. She was in a very challenging health situation. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
So I just thought about coming up with a design where I could blend everything, and it's going to be out soon. But in Portugal, we're quite sober, and I try to bring that elegance to our pieces, blending them. There's a big influence about the sea. I love the sea. We're just there. We have a big coast.
Okay.
And you can see some of that influence on the waves that we have in our pieces and how our pieces flow as well. So yeah, that's the main thing.
That's a very interesting. And another question that is very interesting actually. To you, it sounds Kibera is a capital of fashion. So, and there's some people who have, and I think you look at the camera, tell them, there are people who have rumors, Kibera is slums, Kibera is, but according to you and what has been happening, you are among the people who are making Kibera the capital of fashion and circular fashion. So what will you tell those people who still struggle to understand Kibera has a story of fashion?
When you face a challenge, you need to be creative to come up with a solution for that challenge, right? And if you have low financial resources, you need to make it with whatever you have available. So I always say that facing challenging situations in your life motivates for you to be creative,
Yeah.
So I truly understand. I truly consider that Kibera it's the capital of creativity, not only for fashion. So if you walk around, you will see so many amazing projects being developed, and so many brands that you don't know are actually working with Kibera, smaller brands and suppliers. So it's actually a hub for creativity there. And whenever I need something, I don't need to get out of Kibera because there's always someone that knows how to do it, knows where to find it. And it can be dangerous, like any other place in the world.
Yeah.
I also don't walk around alone to places where I don't know what am I going to do there. So I know exactly which places to go when I need to find something. And people are so nice, so empathic also with you. They're always available to help you, always available to share. So I think it's a good place. We organize tours there as well. Sustainable, not only related to sustainable fashion, but also community oriented for people to understand and demystify this thing like, if you're going to Kibera,
I would like to book a tour as well.
Yes.
I would like to have
so
a tour.
We have a resident photographer, Don Wilson. So Don is the one in charge.
Yes, I know him. He's so good. I love his pictures.
Yes.
If you are watching this episode, sir, I like your pictures.
Yes. So Don does the community oriented tours. And then I do the smaller one where I take people to visit our artisans and the toy market and to create some awareness as well of what is going on with all this topic on textile wastes. I think it's very important because one thing is when you talk about it, another thing is when you see what's going on on the ground. So I think it's important, and I invite everyone, come visit Kibera, demystify these things. Like when you step into Kibera, you're going to be robbed, something bad is going to happen to you. So it's not like that.
Okay, that's a very interesting. You mentioned something, what's happening on the ground. Somebody who is watching this episode, tell them what is happening on the ground in terms of AfroWema. How many people are already impacted by AfroWema's mission? How many members do you have so far? Before we talk about the kids' sustainable fashion as well.
So far we've been working more consistently or not with around 20 artisans from Kibera. So we have tailors, jewelers, beaders, different skills. We do skill development with them as well.
Okay.
And then obviously it's proven with impact studies that when you impact a life of one person in these challenging communities, you spread that impact. You can multiply it by 5 or 6. And in our case, because we also source for small suppliers there, so you can actually increase the impact. There we have a core team of around 6 tailors, 1 beader, 1 jeweler. Then we work mainly with women. Then we have 2 trainers for the Sustainable Fashion for Kids program. We have our photographer. And then when we have more orders or specific
contract?
Yes, for example, or projects that we want to develop, then we somehow outsource. So our 3 values are no plastic, no waste, and no animal origin. But for example, we do this, we're part of this swap clothing event and where people can do adjustment on site with us. So people, they give us shoes to be repaired. It's like, we don't work with leather. We've worked with shoes before. We're no longer doing that. But if someone gives us a pair of shoes that need to be repaired, I go to the shoemaker in Kibera and I give that. So you see the impact, it's multiplied, it's growing.
Okay.
And we hope that in the near future we can bring on board more people.
Okay, that's a very interesting. And looking the team so far, you mentioned the team is growing. You have the women, and that means if you support the women, that means supporting their children as well. There is a program you are working with the kids for fashion lovers and enthusiasts who are watching this episode. It's among the top program that is helping younger kids to understand sustainable fashion. So tell us, how did you come with that idea and what is your purpose?
So we started the first Sustainable Fashion for Kids program in Africa. We had a pilot end of 2024. And I'm very keen on collaborations. I truly believe that collaborations are the future in this industry, actually in any industry. It's like the African proverb, like, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go further, you go together. I truly believe in that. And I'm lucky enough to have some friends in different industries. And I met this amazing lady. She's the director of an art center in Kibera, Christine. She does an amazing work with kids there, allowing them to have access to different forms of art. And fashion is also a form of art. And so I challenged Christine, let's start something. Let's do fashion. Let's allow for your kids to have access to fashion, to understand. You never know. You can be creating a fashion designer, or you'll just train these kids to understand fashion, sustainable fashion. How can they repair their own clothes instead of disposing them? They don't do it, but that's another topic. We go back to the sustainability in Kibera. So we just finished last week, the first year of the Sustainable Fashion for Kids, the first edition. We had 30 kids between 9 and 11 years old.
Oh, that's impressive.
From Kibera, having free weekly lessons on sustainable fashion. Also with collaboration of ACT, they donated some fabrics. Other designers like Naomi, she also donated. News gave us paint. So the kids were able to learn different skills within the sustainable fashion world. So sketching, hand sewing, using portable sewing machines that we were able to buy through a grant that we got from the Portuguese embassy.
Okay.
Block printing, we also did hand weaving with ACT as well, modeling, because I wanted to touch the different domains of fashion, because fashion is not only about what you're wearing, right? So next year we'll be bringing you to do some video and pictures.
Yes.
And I think it's very important when you start with creating impact with young lives.
So like for a parent who is listening or who wants to bring their kids, what's the requirement for the parents who want to bring their kids? They have to be from Kibera, or any parent who is from any other part of Kenya want to bring their kids?
We can. We started some private lessons as well. So our trainers, they can go to your house, teach your kids on sustainable fashion. So it can be a 1-year program. It can be project basis, in a project basis as well. And we're very flexible. The good thing about the project is, not only creating impact on the kids, but you're creating job opportunities for the youth, because our trainers are young fashion designers. So we're also creating a job opportunity for them.
Oh, that's very amazing. So, and you mentioned about Portuguese. Portuguese, it's from Europe. So Europe is among of the continent that are sending too many second hands in Africa. For someone who is from Europe, and also Kenya is among of the countries that are getting more second hands in this region. So to you, how do you see Portuguese is contributing to second hand in Africa? And what do you think, again, they are supporting your initiative? They are sending second hand. What are they doing to support sustainability in your mission? Because people, they are like, someone should pay the end of these clothes. So how does your country, let me say Portugal, is contributing to the change of sustainability into your mission?
We're a very small country. We're just 11 million people. It's almost like the amount of people you can find in Nairobi. That's how many people we have.
I didn't know Portugal is a small country. Oh my God.
Very, very small. We're a small rectangle, a corner in Europe. And luckily, we're not the ones that are having or creating more impact. The EU is creating a lot of laws to decrease the export of secondhand items. So they're creating new laws. And the secondhand items industry is actually growing. Vinted is an amazing platform where people can resell their items to other people. So instead of dumping them or donate them, and then by donation we know how the flow works from Europe, from the US, from China.
Yeah.
So Europe is implementing a lot of rules to diminish the impact of secondhand items in or to Africa or the exports. I think it's very important that Kenya and Ghana, because those are the two biggest the countries that face more consequences of all this textile waste industry. It's also important to create local laws to overcome with this situation. So I think it needs to be a joint force on the origin countries and also here, and create. I think there's actually a big opportunity for Kenya if they transform or they create a new new industry of, for example, textile waste management. I don't think that textile waste is going to stop coming to Kenya. as fast as it was supposed to. So why not create a new opportunity and finding environmental friendly solutions to this textile waste that is coming? So I don't know. I've been challenging people.
Yeah. By the way, that's why I also ask you this question, because I've covered you almost 4 years now. You were in many fashion shows, in many conversation where you guys talk about the policy. So to you, what do you think the main 3 or 4 policies you feel like Kenya government can do? And before I say that policy, what's the impact for enthusiasts who are watching this episode? They should know about the impact of second hands in Kenya in a negative way. Positive way, we know many women, there are the big number of women who are selling second hands. The big number of women who are saying, the big number of people who are selling second hands, women is among of them. That means second hand is also giving a job in a return. To you, what is the negative impact of second hands in Kenya? And how do you think the policies like Kenya should make? To you, you have been hearing different sides.
Exactly. So according to the latest numbers, the secondhand clothing industry in Kenya creates 2 million jobs currently. So it's a lot of people that depends financially on this industry.
I love how this looks, and it has over 400 5-star reviews on Google. Ladies, the all-day bra you will actually want to wear. Serious support and breathable comfort. Designed to lift, not flatten. From early mornings to later night cocktails. Get 30% off exclusively at handful.com with my code NCAfrico. Check the link in the show notes. With your purchase, I get 50% commission to support my show.
I don't think it's possible for you to close the doors like other countries did, like Rwanda and Burkina Faso. It's not going to be possible to do it that way. I think there should be laws controlling what kind of items come to the country, because the problem it's also about the amount of items that come, but it's about the quality of the items that enter the country, and that's what I think the sellers or resellers have been complaining about. Is like before, the clothes that were coming were good quality ones. They were able to sell them. So it was actually an efficient and profitable sector. Now with the decrease of the quality of the items that come to the country, we're generating a lot of textile waste. So that's where the waste comes from. Creating some rules regarding the quality of the items that enter the country, an efficient sorting on the ports, or even the importers having those laws. I think it should be a starting point.
Okay.
Because they are also creating new rules in Europe. Like, for example, you cannot burn items that were not sold. So it should be a joint force, so we could try to figure out. And definitely for those who are not possible to be sold, find strategies how to recycle them. So I think by creating recycling facilities in Kenya could be a solution for what's going on.
Okay.
Upcycling is not going to be enough, definitely.
So, dear fashion lovers, enthusiasts, and businesses, we hope you are having a very, very, very good time with our guest today. So, I am very happy and inspired. So, Tatiana, you mentioned a few things, including few collections you have already produced. Looking your collections, some of they look expensive, some of they look reasonable. So, how do you set your price for the collections? Like collection is still in you. Some people, they see as something that is created based on what already exists. It's not like we start a new collection. So how do you set a pricing?
As I said, we started by doing the ready-to-wear items, simple designs, daily wear pieces. And then we improved on our quality, and also our value perception increased. because we do one-of-a-kind exclusive pieces that it's not possible to replicate because we work with small batches of material. That brings uniqueness to our items. That increases the value of what you have. Some of the pieces, I heard a description of almost like wearable art. And obviously, for example, our showstopper, the piece we showcased last year at London, at Africa Fashion Week London, just the tailor, she took more than a week to produce that piece. Only the labor involved. And obviously, because we pay fair wages, the prices of the pieces need to reflect all of that. The amount of work that is invested to source, to wash all those
Washing
items.
is actually, let me cut in short. Convince us, buyers, the washing, like, is it, because we talk about denim. By the way, you mentioned the West. When you come to Kibera, I think one day you will organize something to kind of, Kibera has so many pieces. West, I think we should do something in Kibera. So now, washing. How are you sure that the washing is really done to the point you feel like this denim is really washed 100%? If I put on my body, no consequences.
So with the collection, with the pieces that we use from the study of Mr. Green Africa, I think some of the pieces, they had to be 4 or 5 times washed because they were very, very dirty. The high temperatures that you wash them, also that's one of the things, denim can handle high temperatures of washing, which will give you the guarantee that it's safe for you to wear them. Some of the pieces that when I buy them, I wash them myself. So to make sure that is safe for the client to wear them. For example, the latest collection that we showcased at Tribal Chic, it's dead stock material that we bought in Maziwa. And it's not only about the safety of the item, but it's also about the longevity, because sustainability also is also connected with the longevity of the piece that you're acquiring, right? So it's been shown now that the real price of items should be considered now not by the price that you're buying it, but dividing the price that you're buying it by the number of times that you can wear it. The usage, the number of usage, let's put it this way. So for example, if you buy fast fashion, imagine that you buy something for 1,000 shillings. After washing 3 times, is it possible to guarantee the shape, the quality of the fiber? So imagine that you can wear it 3 times. If you divide 1,000 shillings by 3 times, it means that every time that you use it, you're spending 333 shillings. When you buy something that can be 10 times more expensive, but if you multiply it by the number of usage, that is going to be much higher, actually, the piece becomes cheaper. Okay. So
actually, that is a very fashion designer thinking. I did know that thinking of knowing I have to think how many will wear this shirt to give it the value.
Exactly.
That's a good input.
Because it will last longer. The fibers are much better. The design, the cut, everything. So it will last longer. Also, it is proven that when you buy something that it's a bit more expensive, you will take a better care of it.
Let's see the competition. Because looking at your collection, they are very, very good collection. One of my favorite collection, even this one is very beautiful. The collection is you did in the Nairobi Fashion Week last year. That was very mixed with denim and red. So when you look at some of your collections, if I'm not wrong, you don't have a collection for 2,000 Kenyan shillings.
No.
That means you don't have a collection for $20.
No.
So you don't have a collection for $20 in AfroWema correction?
I don't even pay that to my tailors.
That's Now that question is, if you don't have $20 correction and you are based in Kibera, you are not based, but your industry is from there, and looking Kibera people, that means you are all people in Kibera. No one of your audience is there. Is that correct?
My audience is there for the workforce,
not
yes.
for customers.
It depends. Well, for that price point, no. We don't have pieces at that price point. No.
So, now that brings me to the question. Why do you think made in Kibera is so expensive than made in China and than made in Turkey? Let's say, for example, I'm not trying to, want the audience to understand. Because I know, like you said, your work, there's too much going on. There is labor, water, there's too much. So before you set the price, I understand.
Yes.
Yeah. But looking you will find some made in China dresses, very luggage to look at, this is at 1,500. So make us understand why your products, they are certain price, and you are in Kenya, they are certain price. That means the audience of yours, they are somewhere. Tell us who are your audience. Even if our viewers, if they want to come to buy, they know I have to go to AfroWema with certain money to be able to get a collection there.
As I said, there's a lot of work involved and love in each piece. Is the way you source your material, the creative process. So for every collection, I invite a local fashion student to be part of the creative team. We also need to have that into consideration. The fact that we don't use plastic. So polyester is definitely a very cheap material to work with. Even some brands in China or other countries that they work with cotton, they source in big scale, in big quantity. We don't do that.
Yes.
So that uniqueness obviously has a price. And if you're gonna go to a shop, these big shops that you have, how many people are going to be wearing the same item as you're going to be wearing? A lot of them. So having something tailor-made specifically for you, because we can do that. So if you send us your measurements, or we can even take your measurements, you can go to your house, take your measurements, and having something that it's unique, yours, is yours. No one else in the world is going to have it.
Yes.
You also have an emotional connection with your piece, with that is going to translate into less chance of dumping it. You know, when you get something that belonged to your mother, to your grandmother, even if it's not really your style, you have love for that. You don't want to throw it away.
The history.
Yes. So there's a story behind. And the fact that we are an ethical brand, we promote fair wages. So as I was saying, we don't even pay that to our tailors for them to produce our pieces. Obviously, we have some pieces that are a bit more affordable than other pieces. Sometimes we have some regular collections that are a bit more affordable than the ones from the runway. Because when you go to a fashion show and you're buying a piece from a runway, there's a lot of investment behind, right?
Yeah.
So you're there. So you need to pay for the event. You need to create your collection. You need to try to put yourself there. You need to do fittings. So many things, adjustments being done. So you're paying for all those things when you're buying a runaway piece, which is normally what we have now.
So for fashion lovers and enthusiasts and the businesses, the AfroWema collection are not expensive. I just reasonable. I was trying to rise there to understand the price, because some of you guys who can buy something for $200, 500. So, and Kenya is known for people, they are known to be styled. So I think your price are not exaggerated, reasonable price. And then talking about the quality of the clothes now, after that price, I understand you put different fabrics together. When we had to discuss something about dry cleaner. When you take collection that has a different fabric, one fabric is Kitenge, another fabric is a denim, another fabric is probably cotton, and then you put them to dry cleaner. The machine may, I don't know how it says shrunk. The way you mentioned is a shrunk, one of the option is shrunk. So how do you manage that? You make the combination of fabrics meets the quality when someone is washing or when someone is using dry clean. How do you make sure the quality will turn to the same?
Okay, so for the it was a lesson learned actually,
Okay.
the one that I spoke to you about. So, for example, this latest collection, the Uhai one, where we are blending locally sourced cotton that was hand dyed in Kenya, and we have some details in Kitenge, and we know that sometimes buyers are not very careful when they wash them, and we're talking about fabrics that have different washing instructions. So what we created was a strategy that you can detach the kitenge from the cotton to make sure. Also, our kitenge doesn't fade because we only use high quality ones. But some accident can happen, you know. So for
even to cut in short, I saw the kitenge that brings colors. You wash, then you see the water, like, oh, it's brew.
Yeah. So for the latest collection, we used kitenge that I sourced in Ghana, very high end ones.
Yes.
So we created a strategy where the details in kitenge can be detachable. They are detachable from the cotton, so you can wash it separately. And we made a lot of different tests to make sure that the hand dye was also not going to fade. So we've been improving in all these topics to make sure that when the client gets a piece, he will be very, very happy. And they're not going to be like these kind of challenges. For our denim pieces, when we upcycle, the denim is obviously previously washed, and we make also washing tests with our kitenge. So we know it will not happen.
Okay. Thank you very much, dear fashion lovers and businesses. As you are heading to the end of today's episode, I hope you're having a very, very good, good time. I also know there are a few questions you have about our today's guest. Tatiana, there are some other questions, of course, people ask about AfroWema, about your view of fashion industry in Kenya. How do you see fashion industry in Kenya? You are part of fashion designers around here. You have been in many fashion shows. How do you see other creatives?
Here is a
hub. How do you see made in Kenya in terms of fashion?
I think here is a hub for creativity, and there are so many amazing fashion brands that I take as a reference. And I think there's space for everyone. There's space for different price points, different tastes. I would like to see a bit more like a unity, and because I think everyone is doing their own thing. As I said, I'm super supportive for collaborations, and I think that's the future, because every fashion brand alone might not have the same impact and the same strength as a collective, and I think it's lacking a bit of that union force. So I would love to see that.
Okay, while we are there, look at the camera and send a message to Kenyan fashion designers and creators. Tell them a message about inclusivity, working together, as you were mentioning, because they will listen to you. You're a fashion designer. Tell them something.
Yes, I think people shouldn't be scared or afraid of collaborating, as long as you make it very clear from the start, and everyone is committed to do their part like 1,000%. I think it can be very, very powerful, bringing people together, united, to have a good and strong representation of Kenya, the fashion industry, to the world. Because people, they love to buy made in Kenya here and everywhere. I just think by working alone, we create less impact than if we could do it if we work together.
Okay. Working together is awesome. So, and congratulations for your new website. I can see people can now buy wherever they are. So far, who are your main clients? if you look at the 3 years ago, who are most buying your collection? And tell the fashion lovers, by the way, where they can find some of your collections. We have seen you are opening shops internationally and locally. Where can so tell us more? How is it so far? Where can they find your collections? And the last, tell us if you scare competition.
Okay, let's start for the first one. We've recently we have our website running. It's something that will help us to reach to people from all over the world. That's the goal. Our clients are mainly people that like unique pieces, that are environmental conscious people and art lovers, extravagant people as well. This Uhai collection, it's a bit more sober. So I think it's a different audience, more mature as well. And I don't fear competition. Competition is good. It makes you always want to improve.
Tell us, you went in London Fashion Week, and there were so many fashion designers, and some of those designers they are able to have access on the best of the best quality of fabrics, and you had your unique fabric as well. How was that show looking at the other collection? Don't compare yourself, but looking the others and looking yourself. Do you think were you there to really sell?
Definitely. We sold a lot of pieces from the runway. And I was surprised by the fact that people were understanding our price points. That's really important. And that can potentially be a good market for us. I'm looking at the UK markets. I think, again, as I said, there's space for everyone. And there's something that you can be a fashion designer, you can be using the same materials that I'm using, but the uniqueness, the creativity, it's something that you cannot, you can copy, but that's what will make you different.
Okay.
So the materials could be better. I wouldn't say better, but different from what we were showing. But the craftsmanship is definitely different. And unique. So that's, I think, where people should be focusing. It's like, what is that make you different from the other brands? It's not about being better or worse, but different.
Difference. That's a very interesting. As we head to the end of today's episode, you have been in so many fashion shows. Which one was the best? If you're a fashion organizer, Tatiana is not here to judge. She's just here to say what she felt as very good as she showed, because there are fashion shows, the lighting, management. To you, say two best. You feel like these two fashion shows, they are my favorite in Kenya, not internationally.
Okay, because I was about to say that I'm gonna select one locally and one international.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, select one locally and one internationally. Yes.
Okay, locally, definitely Tribal Chic. I think it's an amazing platform. They are extremely organized, a very good selection. Everything is very well curated. It's a very good experience for designers or brands, and also for the audience, which I think it's very, very important. And they also give you space for you to bring your own creativity, even being part of one show. And I know that they need to keep a conducting line, but they are very much open to all my crazy ideas.
Okay.
Internationally, definitely Global Fashion Festival in India. It's another scale. You feel like a Hollywood star when you get there, because it's the dimension and the quality of the event is something that I've never experienced before. Okay.
That's very amazing. And you mentioned about the collaboration. So far, how many collaborations you have? You mentioned the area you have been collaborating with the right first. So how many collaborations do you have so far? I feel like, because you said the collaboration is the key, you are asking other Kenyan creatives to try and work together. That means you are trying to tell them to collaborate. How do you see collaboration, and what collaboration do you have so far?
So we have the collaboration with Ngamani so they accessorize.
Oh my God, that one was so good. Yes,
thank
go ahead.
you. So we last year Ngamani came to accessorize our collection. This year we did design collaboration for the outfits, for the jewelry. So we're in charge of the outfits, Gamani, for the jewelry. But we even dyed our items in the same place to make sure that everything was perfect. So we have the collaboration with Annals One Fine Day, the art center in Kibera. We also have a collaboration going on with another supplier. So we have Acts collaboration that we're very happy with. They always support us. We're working on a different fashion experience that is coming with Angie.
Okay.
So Angela Wambui.
Yeah.
What else do we have? At the moment, I cannot think of, but there's so many things. So we have Linton's, Daniel and Alan, Delight Fashion School. Oh my God,
Yes,
I forgot
yes.
Delight. Delight and Saitoti, that it's always available. So we touch in different industries. So we have the education sector, the creative, media, and I'm open.
Okay.
We had a collaboration, for example, with another artist from Kibera last year for Nairobi Fashion Week. So he was painting.
I saw him. He was doing very, very good.
We had a collaboration with Ghetto Orchestra from Dandora, from Korogocho. So they came to with the violinists for Tribal Chic. That was a very good collaboration, and I have something in mind already to keep that collaboration active.
Okay.
And I'm always open
Yes.
to anything. So just reach out. We collaborate with a lot of models, with modeling agencies as well.
Yes.
Velour models, ISIS models. So reach out. Any idea, I'm open to explore.
Okay. And as we head to the end of our episode, there are questions people they want to know about you maybe. So as we are heading to today's episode, there are a few questions people they would like to, even me. What is your favorite food, by the way, Tatiana?
Oh, my favorite food. I love samosas. I love fries. Yes. So I'm thinking about things that I eat in Kibera. Pilau, sukuma. Yeah. So those are the things I eat in Kibera.
So mostly. you are a dancer for viewers who are know as you are a very good dancer and a biologist. So for someone who lived in Kibera, you are not living in Kibera. How can you share just a little bit, like tell some foreigners who I'm Muzungu, I can't live in Kibera. Tell them what you experience in Kibera and why will you recommend someone to live and work with Kibera community?
Well, I cannot lie. It was challenging, especially because I come from a different country. So I came with no expectations. And when I came for the first time, in the beginning, just before coming, actually, I told them, okay, maybe I'll just stay, and then during the day I'll come and stay with the kids, do the activities with the kids.
Yes.
And they were so friendly. They were so open. They were like, yeah, whatever you want, it's okay for us. I said, well, we're all made of the same matter, right? So if they can live in Kibera, I can also live there. So I told them, I'll try to stay with you. If I face any challenge, if I don't feel comfortable for any reason, I'll find a solution. And so I remember I arrived at 4 a.m. The kids, some of the kids were sleeping, and I felt so much love there, and I was so the welcoming was so warm. And I said, yeah, I'll survive without a washroom. That was the most challenging part, the washroom, but they were amazing. So whenever they were washing it, they would call me, Tatiana, you can go now because it's clean. Oh. So I was showering in 3 liters of water that they would warm. Okay. For me, I was sharing the bed with the lady owner of the center and the youngest grandson.
Oh, that's nice.
And I remember the first breakfast that they prepared, they did scrambled eggs. Oh. For me, I was like, this is amazing.
Okay.
So besides all the challenges, I felt love there, and I think that was very, very important. I also need to thank them for the good experience I had. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come again to Kenya, and probably I wouldn't have started AfroWema. So I always keep in mind that experience. That it was with no expectations. I came with 250 kg of donations. I had a month to experience so many different things. I traveled to the coast to visit another volunteer. A lot of people say I should write a book about that because I can still remember as if it was yesterday so many things.
That's lovely.
So that's why I say people always be kind, because you don't know what what's the impact you're gonna have in that person. So yeah.
Okay, and that is now asking me, what made you keep AfroWema on your heart? What did you found in Kenya that is uniqueness? You never did this in other countries. Of course, you came to do volunteer. You may go back to your country, you try another country, but you kept Kenya on your heart. What did you find among these women in the Kibera that is really touch your heart? You can really tell like Kenyan people are nice people to accommodate things for a foreigner.
One of the interesting things I found, and I'm not a rich person, it's okay. I'm not rich in cash, in pesa, right?
Yeah, you have money.
Yes, but I don't run a foundation. I don't have a lot of money. And one of the things when I came as a volunteer, I realized that even with the financial capacity that I had, I could make a difference, you know? So, and I felt that. This was 8 years ago. I still see some of the kids that I volunteer with from the first time, and they still remember me. So I created an impact in their lives just for a short period of time. But one of them now, she's a nurse. So, and I saw the a month ago, and she was so happy to see me, and I was so happy to see her, and I felt like, okay, it made sense that there's a reason why all of this happened. When I went back to Portugal the first time, my wish was I'm going to sell everything and I'm going to move to Kenya. My boss at the time, he said, "You were crazy. Don't do that. Think of it. Don't make these like rushed decisions." And after 4 times coming as a volunteer, having different experiences, I started feeling like, okay, this is home. I should move.
Okay. So the last 2 more questions. You love Kenya. When you get old, in Africa, in a good way, we don't use the word when you die. We said when you get old. Where would you like to be buried? In Portugal or in Kenya?
Oh my God, I never thought about it. I love life.
When you get old, that means
I think
in the 40 years are coming.
To be honest, I don't think I want to be buried. I think I would prefer to be cremated, and then you can just throw my ashes anywhere. Because I think I'm a citizen of the world and the planet. So just whatever.
You will come back around sometime soon.
Yes, we all. So better be nice, because we always come back.
So, dear fashion lovers, thank you for being with us. And AfroWema, looking at AfroWema, how do you see AfroWema in 10 years to come?
Okay, I want to have created more impact, created more job opportunities, changed more lives, touched more lives. Because sometimes it's about talking about your experience and your challenges, that you can be an inspiration for someone that has an idea, and the idea is just there, waiting for that person to have courage to make it happen. Yeah, I want to create more opportunities for everyone, show that it doesn't matter where you come from, where your things are made, that will be a stamp. Like, it's not because it's made in the slum that it's low quality, no. And that's what I keep telling my artisans. You need to be proud of what you're doing. You need to put love in the pieces that you're making, because people, when they buy them, they feel it. So make things with love.
Okay. And I forget to ask you this question. How do you choose your fashion style? Because you create clothes. When I meet you in a fashion show, you have a different style. That means you have access on so many collections. How do you choose your fashion style when you have a occasional event?
My personal.
Yes, your personal.
What I wear.
Yes, what you wear.
I always wear my brand because you are the best promoter of your own brand, right? I also buy from other brands, but it depends on the occasion. If you want to be more formal, if the event gives you space to be more crazy, it depends. It depends also on your mood. I think we women, we depend a lot on our mood, how you're feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said for AfroWema, if there are any other international or donors, people who, do you accept donors, collaboration?
Definitely.
Yes. If someone is interested to join you, can they join you listening to this episode?
Yeah. So reach out on Instagram, email, just tell us about your idea, how we can build it together. Obviously, you receive donors. Money is always welcome. I have some ideas that I'm actually looking for potential investors for that. And why not? We never know.
Yes, why not? We never know. So thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It was amazing being here, explaining what we do, where we come from, where we want to go, what's the impact we're looking for. And it means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Karibu sana. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Season 2, episode 5. You can still go to Instagram. You can buy from AfroWema. You can DM her. You can reach for her. You can be involved in all the project. You are with the host, Celestine. AfroWema. See you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for listening to our episodes. See you next time with your host, Celestina AfroWema.